All right, folks, today we have a 2007 Chrysler Town & Country minivan for sale. So the first thing we're going to do is fire it up, and I'll let you have a look here. We do have a couple lights on here. First one you see there is our tire inflation light, and we also have this warning up here. It says all 4 tires are low pressure. We've checked the tires. The tires are fine, so we believe that's something like a sensor. So that's something, you know, just to think about. Also, you can see an ABS light, and there's no other lights on right now. Okay, and as you can see, let me get a close-up of the mileage. So again, this is a 2007 with 170,664 miles. All right, and this vehicle has quite a lot of options here. As you can see up here, your little information center, and it has your power doors, which both work, and your power roof. So let me demonstrate that for you. Swing it around. All right, and there's also the switch down here that closes it. All right, and again on the other side. Okay, and close that. And as I said, it does have the power trunk hatch as well. All right, as you see, I folded down the rear seat so we could see, because it has nice stow-and-go seating, which is another really nice option here. And there it goes, closing. All right, so as you can see, you know, a lot of options. Cruise control here on the steering wheel. It does have heated seats. That's your rear wiper blade, heated seats for your passenger, and then it does have a nice little radio with the a CD player as well. Alright, and here is your air conditioning controls. Let's turn this down here. Alright, I was just taking pictures out in this thing, so it is nice and warm. Which is nice because it's very cold right now. Alright, so as you see, there's loads and loads of stuff, and it seems that everything really operates as it should. It also has, let's see if I can show you this, I'll get you a better picture in a second. TV player, or TV and a DVD player, I'm assuming, which is right there in the dash. So, you know, that's all part of the equipment. You know, power seats, power windows. There's your horn and wiper blades, and while I'm showing you this, there is one issue here that's got a nice big crack, and that just happened with all the snow we had over the past couple weeks, and a little chip there. And your power mirrors, see that working properly. Alright, and swing it over here to our other side. Okay. Alright, now let's do our windows. All the way up and down. And our driver's side. Okay, and the last two things I believe are the vents. Let me swing around here. I don't know if you guys can see that. There they are. So the vents open and close in the rear. And our last one is right here. All right. So as you can see, lots of options. You know, it does have the 2 power outlets here, and of course your cup holder. And I believe we do have the owner's manual as well. So if you want to get more familiar with the options, you can definitely check that out. You know, which, they'll tell you all the. One more feature it does have on the other side. It has adjustable pedals. And it does have the seat adjustment saving, so you know you can save your seat and it'll automatically set it up. You know, number 1 or number 2. There's number 2, and there's number 1. So you see, it does it by itself. All right, so now let's check out the motor on this vehicle, which is, I believe, is a 3.8 liter V6 Chrysler motor. Okay. Alright, as you can see there's our motor. Alright, now for you is I'm just going to rev this up and be quiet. Let's listen. Alright, and there it is. This is one that we have driven probably 500-600 miles. And you know, it's been really good. It's really nice with the cold weather with the heated seat and the heat, because the heat works really well in this one. Let me get you a shot of the hood here. You see a little bit of corrosion. Alright. Okay, and now the next thing we got, let me get my little tool and we'll do our tire tread depth. Alright, so there we go, doing our tires. There's a nice look of our alloy wheels. And there's 30 seconds of tread left on the front. Again, there's another alloy wheel. And about 30 seconds on the back. And then moving on to the passenger side, we have, oh, this one seems like it's got more. Yeah, just about 30 seconds on the back. And then our other front tire is right at 30 seconds. Alright, so there's our tread depth. Alright, next thing, let's have a look on the interior. Here's our passenger side. Okay. Nice leather seat. And it does have the power. Whoops, it's all the way back. You can see it sliding forward there. And back. Power seats and the floor mat. You see, it's for a van, you know, obviously it was a family vehicle. It's in pretty good shape, pretty clean, nothing's busted up, all the equipment works. So that's normally a pretty good sign that the vehicle is maintained well. Here's our door jamb. Alright, and the door panel itself. Okay. And the door itself. And again, a little bit of corrosion there, but that's not really too bad. Alright, so again, I'm going to open this using our power door. Alright, as you can see, that works just as it should. Now, another nice feature, as you can see in the back, is the stow and go seating. The front has this as well, so what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to move this forward. I actually didn't need to shut that. Alright, it's pretty easy, but you just fold it down into the vehicle itself. And I'll show you that in a second. You just have to make sure the front chair is all the way forward. Alright, drag this out. You just flip up the floor here. Okay. Fold your seat down. And there you go. A lot more cargo space. Very easy. I did that in about 5 seconds with one hand, so it's pretty easy. Just use your handle here, pull it up, back in space, and there you go. So again, really nice feature to have. You don't have to worry about dragging the seats out if you need the extra space. And of course, all of the seats do this. It's not just this side; it's the other side as well, and the back. Okay, and here's a good look at our floor in the back. Again, really good shape, considering this was a van, a family van, I should say. Alright, here's our other seat and the floor on that side. Alright, so let's have a look at the back here. Alright, and again, here's our stow and go. We just flip it up, just like that, and our seat's back. Okay, and as you can see, looks like they spilled bleach or something in the back here, and it's kind of destroyed the carpet there and discolored it some other spots, but overall it's your trunk. That's where all that kind of stuff goes anyway. Alright, and again, nice and easy for our stow and go. Oops, that didn't lock in. There we go. Just pull one strap. Pretty simple here. Alright, and you have all this space in the back here. Alright, so now let's have a look at the hatch right here. And again, this is a power hatch as well. It also has the nice feature that if it's not all the way closed, it'll seal itself. It'll close itself the rest of the way. let's see if I can get it to do that right now. As you hear it whirring, and it just kind of, you know, pulls the door shut on itself. All right, now let's swing around to this side. And again, your power door. And again, another stow and go seat. And here's the other side, the back from this side here. All right. And there it is. So there's this side. I'm not going to do this stow and go on this side, but it works the exact same way. You know, fold it down, pull the floor up, flip it down, and it's good to go. All right, and now let's get to the driver's seat. Okay, first thing here is the seat. I want to show you guys this. Definitely some wear and tear. You know, it's just kind of the leather's cracking up a little bit on both sides, but the rest of the seat's in good shape. Okay. Again, we already went over all the equipment up front, so let me show you the floor. And of course, there's your nice floor mat. All right, and our power. Whoops! Grab this before it blows away in the traffic. All right, our power seats. All right. So there's that. And let's have a look at the door jamb here. All the way down and around there. And the door panel. And down low here. You see a little bit of rust again, but not really too bad on that front. Alright, so now let's check out the exterior of the vehicle. Let me close the hood here. Alright, and there it is, 2007 Chrysler T&C van. We'll start right here on this fender. Really good shape, paint's clean, body's in pretty good shape, and maybe a little bit of rust right there, but overall, you know, you can barely see just a little speckle there. Alright, and here's our roof. And the tops of our doors and the door panel itself. Again, nice and clean and shiny, really good looking van. And then your little accent panels down low. Alright, and then your door panel. Okay. And your into the trunk now. Let me get a shot up here. And of the back of the vehicle itself. Alright. Okay, there you go. Up to the roof again. Our back panel here. And the door panel. Alright, and this fender here, I know this one has a little bit of a dent here and a scratch. You know, it looks like they kind of banged into something a little bit, but overall, pretty good shape all the way around the vehicle. Alright, and the hood. And you can see there a little bit of rust, but not too bad. And your headlights, and then the front of the vehicle itself. So as you can see, overall, you know, 2007 Chrysler T&C. You know, really good looking vehicle with loads and loads of equipment in it as well. And one last thing for our New Jersey residents, it does have a good inspection for the next 8 months or so. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is take it on a quick test drive. Alright folks, now we're going to take this 2007 Chrysler, let me adjust this, Chrysler T&C minivan out for a quick test drive. So I've had it running, you know, for about 15 minutes or so. And as you can see, starts right up, no problems. I don't know if you can hear it, but it does have a noisy power steering pump. It seems to be a common problem in the Chryslers. You know, it's the fluid level's fine. It does still work fine, so it's just something to keep an eye on, I guess, or keep you know, keep in your mind. All right, I need to get this heat back on because it's freezing my mind up. It's so cold out. Oops. All right. All right, guys, so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull out, you know, just drive normally all the way up to about 50, 55 miles an hour, and just, you know, tell you what I think of how it rides and feels, and just be quiet and let you kind of form your own opinions here. Alright guys, all the way up to about 55 miles an hour. Okay, and as you can see, we're tracking nice and straight down the road here. Okay, and as far as the ride and everything, it's really smooth. You know, it is a nice, pretty, you know, gentle ride. There's not a lot of road noise. And it's got a great heater, which I really like because it's really cold out today. Okay, let's turn in here. All right, like I said, I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there, you know, the power steering pump is whirring a little bit more as I'm kind of maneuvering around here. But you know, we haven't had any issues with leaks or anything. It appears to be good, so just noisy. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing on the way back, and I'm also going to try to give it a nice brake check in the lot of cross bars up here. Alright guys, nice and smooth all the way up to about 50 miles an hour. You know, really, this is actually what I first learned to drive on a minivan, and it was a Chrysler like this. So it's something that I'm pretty familiar with, you know, as a kid. It's the first car I drove around before I got my own little car, but it wasn't this nice, I'll tell you that much. Alright, so what I'm going to do up here, guys, is I'm going to pull off and try to give it a nice brake check in some loose gravel. Okay. There we go. Right here. Okay. Alright, as you see, the wheel kind of adjusted itself, but the car wasn't pulling wildly one way or the other. So that really, you know, tells you that, you know, the brakes seem to be in pretty good shape. Okay. Alright guys, and that's it for the test drive. So now we're going to do one last walk around of the vehicle. There's actually one thing I forgot to mention earlier. On the, it does have keyless entry, it does have the remotes, and it also has remotes for the power trunk and both power doors. We do have one. I know for sure we have one. I don't know if we have a second one or not, but I'll have to check the folder. But that's something that's also nice. I can show you that right there on the key itself. Alright, so let's do one last walk around of the vehicle. Again, a 2007 Chrysler Town & Country Limited with about 170,000 miles on it. Okay, you know, it's got maybe one or two dings or dents on the outside, but overall really, really nice shape on the outside and really, really nice shape on the inside. Loads of equipment. You know, and it does, you know, run and drive pretty good. So it's, again, something I've driven personally a lot in the bad weather. It's just mostly because the heater and the heated seats are really nice options to have. All right, folks, so that's it. 2007 Chrysler Town & Country. Hope to hear from you soon.